Going to the game, I'm going to be playing Rammus jungle and show you why this champion keeps getting nerfed almost every patch. In this matchup, we're currently up against Xin Zhao, and in a Rammus versus Xin Zhao, this is quite even since both junglers have strong potential for ganking. The only difference is that Xin Zhao is a bit more offensive, where he deals more damage and can get targets that are out of position. Meanwhile, Rammus is more defensive, where he's super tanky and can help peel for his team, as well as pick off targets if they are out of position. In the end, it's up to the player on how they're able to utilize their champion. The clear that I'm doing is a red side clear, where I go for my Krugs, red Raptors, and Flex, depending on what happens on the map. As much as possible, you would want to gank when you reach level 3 because this will give you access to your first skill, which allows you to chase down enemy targets and be able to gank better. We tried to look for the Yasuo, but he's too near the tower, plus the Xin Zhao was there, so we have no choice but to go back and farm our camps. I see that Xin Zhao is taking down the ward and is currently going for the top scut. Since I know we have top and mid priority, I ping my team to let them know that Xin Zhao is here. While waiting for them to help, I don't know why they're not moving, and this is gonna be a 50-50 smite fight. Unfortunately, we lose the smite, we get turned on, and I'm not sure where my team was, even though we had priority. You know what? This happens sometimes in your games, wherein your teammates just don't respond. What's important is that we don't die, and seeing that Yasuo is out of position, this is a perfect time to go for a kill. I just want to take my blue buff because I'm a bit delayed. My teammates are able to take down the Yasuo, and we just go back to our jungle and farm more camps. Unfortunately, our Kayle died in the Baron lane, but this is what happens, especially in a Kayle lane where she can't do much in the early game. What we want to do is to be able to get access to our ultimate, and this would make our ganks even better since we would get a dash and more damage from using our ultimate. Mid lane gets ganked yet again. Yep, Xin Zhao really good ganking potential. I think Yone flash was burned, but our top lane is there to try and help. Yone actually lived that long for some reason, so we immediately go for the Yasuo and we turn the fight around. Xin Zhao is looking for a catch onto the Yone, but seeing that he's out of position, he just goes back, and luckily, we were able to get a 1-for-none exchange. We go back to our base. I was thinking about buying plated steel caps, but instead, I just want to finish my Sunfire since this would give me more HP as well as help me clear the camps faster with the passive of this item. While looking for a gank, I'm always farming my own camps to see if there's any lane that I could go for. Mid lane, another fight happens, but I just want to take this red buff to increase my damage and get my levels up. While clearing the red buff, you always want to have presence of mind and look at the minimap for any potential threats in the game. We see that Gragas, yep, is going for the kill yet again. So I'm thinking about sacrificing my red buff to try and get the kill. I even use my ultimate just to get a 1-for-1 trade. Kayle dies again, and the opponent, seeing me at the bot side, they go for Yone. They're playing very active with the Rakan plus Xin Zhao. Good synergy with each other, and we lose another trade, going for a 2-for-1. At least we're able to get Searing Crown, and this is such a good item on Rammus because it stacks well with your second skill. If you use your second skill and the opponents hit you, it would also apply Searing Crown stacks. Top side, a fight is going on, so I'm there to help just in case. But it's a 3v4, which is not ideal. So we look to see if we could help, but it's not possible. They're just too strong in the early game. Our Alistar had to die for it. Condolence to him. But with the objective spawning in 20 seconds, we just need to farm our camps and try to get our plated steel caps item. If you look at their composition, they're mostly all AD with the exception of Gragas, so this is a great item to fight against the top side of their map. With the dragon spawning, I'm thinking about contesting, but this is gonna be a bit risky since they were able to get a very good early game. I decide to just go for it, but we could go for a turn just in case. Yep, it's too risky to go for a fight, so we just go for this Yasuo who is out of position, go with a taunt, but he's kinda tanky. He's buying so much time. His team is able to arrive. 3-man beautiful ulti by the Yone. Kaisa goes in, and what's happening right now is that the Samira is able to proc her ultimate, and I don't know how we lost that fight despite getting a pick off onto the Yasuo and a 3-man Yone ult. I look at their items and I see that Yasuo has Sunfire Aegis, so that explained why he lasted so long and he was able to buy enough time for his team to follow up. Unfortunately, we lose the dragon and the team fight, and this is quite hard for us. What we need to do now is to scale, because if you look at our composition, we have 3 scaling champions in this team, which are Kayle, Yone, and Kaisa, and that's also another reason why it's quite hard for us to win a team fight. Kayle dies once again in the Baron lane. This is not new in my games. You always have someone that doesn't want to win. We look to see if we can catch the Gragas who's out of position. Nice body slam, but we have our smite. Get the taunt off and get a trade. Xin Zhao goes for the Alistar, but I think he's playing super greedy because his teammates are there. So we have no choice but to ditch this guy. Yone is trying to look for the contest. Alistar is able to buy so much time with his ultimate, so we decide to just go back. And in the end, it's actually a 2-for-1 trade, which is very good for us. Mid lane, a fight happens and I misclick my ultimate. Very sad. Could have gotten the kill onto the Samira, but you know, this happens. So we just go for the Xin Zhao instead. Nice ultimate by the Yone, and with their jungler gone, this should be a free herald for us. Gragas is looking to contest, and Yone is getting a kill onto the Samira. We decide to go for a turn to try to take down their ADC, and with our Kayle dying for the 10th time, we go for a trade. Gragas out of position, so this is really good. And with everyone coming back, I just want to take this herald before anything else. We take down the Samira, I think. Oh, Samira dies. And with Yasuo arriving, we have our second skill to tank so much damage. We take him down with the Searing Crown. And this is a fiesta game right now with everyone going in one by one. They try to chase down our Kaisa. I have my first skill to knock them up a bit, and we get another kill. See how strong plated steel caps is? We're able to soak so much damage, and here we go for the Thornmail second item since they are almost all AD. Herald is still up. We look to see if we can use it at the mid lane, but since there's not much plates, maybe we can use it on another tower. The next item, I'm thinking whether to go for the Comet, but here I ultimately decide to go for the Repulsor, which is Samira's #1 counter. That way, Samira would never be able to use her ultimate effectively in a team fight. We clear the Gromp and look for another lane to gank, and luckily, their top lane is extended, and when you are playing Rammus, you always go for these ganks. We cancel the Samira dash and get another easy kill. At this point, we need to give kills to our teammates. At least Kaisa was able to get a kill. We immediately summon Rift Herald on the top side and get the tower. Xin Zhao out of position. Yasuo going in, trying to dive our Kaisa, but he has no damage. He went for the tank Yasuo, and we get another kill. Yep, everyone's just going in one by one, and this is perfect for Rammus because you just taunt them one at a time, and every time we taunt someone, Kaisa, Yone, Alistar can just follow up, and we can get an easy kill. I have no idea what's happening, but in the end, we're getting the better end of the trade. And with Kayle, she actually got a solo kill onto the Gragas, which is big because we're going to the stage of the game wherein my whole team is scaling well. While waiting for another fight to happen, Dragon is gonna spawn in 20 seconds. We want to take this red buff, and our Repulsor is ready for the Samira, so she wouldn't be able to cast her ultimate anytime soon. We're also very tanky, so they should not deal much damage. The only one that can damage us is most probably the Gragas, and they get a huge pickoff on the top side. Our Kaisa dies right before the Dragon, so this is gonna be a bit hard since it's gonna be a 4v5, actually a 3v5 now since Kayle is pushing the bot lane. What we want to do is try to buy time. I shove mid lane to delay the Dragon as much as possible while waiting for the Kaisa to respawn. We can try to buy time, and luckily, the opponents are not starting the Dragon. despite us being one member down. We pull the dragon well, and with Kaisa going up, now we're more confident on starting the dragon. Remove the wards, and here we can look for a turn. I'm always looking for a turn, and Graga's poke, yep, kinda hurts. We go for the Yasuo, who's out of position. Nice catch by the Yone. We move around, look for the carry, so we go for this Samira. Get a taunt onto the Rakan, and the opponents are able to, I don't know why they continued the dragon, but we got a cancel onto the Samira ult with our first kill, and we're just tanking everyone. My team free hitting all the way. Alistar also quite tanky. We just run them down. Kayle looking so much more confident. Another cancel onto the Samira. Even though she gets a kill, we just clean up with all of the damage that we have. Even though Rammus is a tank, look how much damage we're dealing with this Searing Crown. Such good synergy. And Thornmail also contributing, plus our Sheen. And with this, we're able to buy our Iceborne, making us even more tankier and deal more damage at the same time. We're currently 10-0-7, and at this point, no one is able to burst us. We're just too tanky right now, and the opponents don't have the time to be able to burst me down, because the moment they try to focus me, my 3 hyper-scaling teammates would be able to free hit and just kill them before they kill me. The next item that I go for is for Warmog, so that we would have unlimited regen. We already have a lot of armor, so it's overkill if we stack this too much. A fight happens bot, Yasuo is trying to buy time, and here, our Kaisa gets caught. We get ulted by the Gragas. We use our ultimate to escape, get a taunt to the Rakan. Yone goes in, we take down their support, and as soon as Samira ults, we just use our repulsor. Alistar looking for another engage, but we're quite low, so it's very, very risky on what they're doing. I just don't care. Or with Kayle rather showing up, I just continue my TP, and with them overextended, we're now at full HP and we should be able to take them down. Look how big the Iceborne is. Good synergy with the second skill, and with Gragas out of position, we go for the taunt, we do some auto attacks, and look at my auto attacks. I'm just damaging Yasuo by myself, by the way, and he's quite tanky. As soon as Yasuo uses his ult, we wait for the ult animation to finish and get a taunt off so that they wouldn't be able to burst the kill. And with 4 members down, Rakan's the only one up. Baron is up for the taking. Their second member is now up, which is a Xin Zhao, so this is gonna be a bit risky. We have to burst this, and as much as possible, I don't want to go for a 50-50. Luckily, Xin Zhao went back. We're able to secure this. We're super tanky with our second skill, and look, their jungler almost does 0 damage. Kaisa gets a double kill, which is good, and we get the Baron buff. I actually went for the Wit's End instead because we need a bit of armor, and Wit's End is perfect, giving us both magic resist and a bit more damage. At this point, I'm super tanky. I'm just going for the carry Rammus, but usually if this is a close game, I would go for the Twin Guard or the Warmog's armor. Mid lane, yep, one taunt to the Rammus, and look at the Iceborne. We just made a skating rink just with one auto. Alistar attacking the tower together with Kayle ultimate. We get another pick off onto their champions, get another kill, and with their towers exposed, we just want to take this for ourselves. Baron buff is still available, so we go and split push bot side. We already have a lot of attack speed to break down their towers, but a fight happens at mid. Me and the Yone are able to arrive, and with the Xin Zhao, only one left. We go for the taunt, get the kill, and with their base exposed, this is such a fun game. Fights happening all around, and in the end, we're able to get such a good play, 12-0 and 15, and with that, we end the game. 100% Rammus in Challenger. We get MVP. Props to our teammates on being able to hold out with all the chaos happening. And as I said earlier, 12-0 and 5, perfect game. And look at our damage! We build pure tank, but we have the most damage dealt, most damage taken. And that is how you can carry with Rammus, with everything that's going on. Not only are you very tanky, but you deal so much damage as well. I hope you guys enjoyed our Rammus gameplay. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Ciao, ciao.